Hall of Fame worthy discussion. Got the notification across my phone.
There we go. I was thought about doing something more polarizing, but I thought, well, maybe not, because I don't want to. I know how Mark's very much not wanting to offend the community.
Well, I was going to say, me and Bob are kind of like the Switzerland of the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're
Especially with all your Adolf Hitler videos. Very Switzerland.
That's true. Adolf retired. He retired. He will never appear again.
Did you get in trouble or something with that?
No, I didn't get in trouble. But it ran its course. I had a really good time, but those things are a lot of work, and that was the last one. It's just the same thing over and over again. That's all it is. The exact same thing over and over again. That's all it is.
But it's like sometimes watching the same comedy, it's funny, so you pop it in anyways. So it's like, do you revisit every day? No, but every couple of months or once a year, you're like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I tell that to everybody. I'm like, dude, if you want to laugh about something that's like hilarious, watch this video. It's gonna crack you up. So yeah, for sure.
That last one, because I did the rant about PWCC, because that was the original Hitler video. So I'm like, oh, dude, I got to bring it back. And then the Fanatics thing happened like the next day, and I was like, oh no. Now I have to.
You're like, I know what I'm gonna do tonight.
Dude. Well, let's talk. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just saying, I spent a lot of time, like I actually paid to download the movie. I paid to rent it. And then I was like I never actually watched it, although I heard that movie is actually really good. But I just cut the scenes from it, and I spent several hours, and I was like, I'm not even done with this. And then I worked late that night, and then I came home from work and stayed up late, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. And I publish it, and immediately it says your video is blocked in Germany. Like immediately as I published it. Isn't that hilarious?
That is hilarious.
The algorithm blocks that movie in Germany. Just got completely blocked instantly. It was like your video is blocked in Germany. I was like, well, I don't think I have too many German viewers, so I think it's okay.
You're like, shite!
I speak a little bit of German. Scheiße.
Right.
Scheiße.
Everybody knows that word.
But, to talk about that, I mean, that's actually kind of a good place, because I don't know where – I haven't heard either one of you all talk about it, and I haven't really said anything myself. So kind of piggybacking off that, or circle back to that. That's a popular saying nowadays, circle back. What's your all's thoughts on Topps losing their license and going to Fanatics, and just like your thoughts about that in general,
Do you want to take this one, Bob?
No, go ahead.
My take on it is just my gut. No, it's not a hot take. My gut reaction was like, this sucks. I mean, collectors, we fear change. We don't like change. Like, it's all about, a lot of it is continuity stuff, just like Bob talked about, because he was interviewed. What was that publication, Bob, that you were interviewed for?
Collector's Digest.
Yeah, this guy was in Collector's Digest.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep. And
how that? Well, that's a whole other conversation. Okay.
Well, no, Bob had, you talked about like the continuity of it, right? That was your main thing, Bob.
That was more Mike O's point of it. But
well, this is awkward.
Okay.
Whatever you said, I liked it.
He's like, I stopped reading after what Mike O said.
No, I read the whole thing and I was nodding when I was reading it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but the continuity, it's just sad. I mean, it's an institution. It's Americana, It sucks. I also, the kind of contrarian take is like, you know what? Like, we'll see what happens. Maybe this won't be so bad, and maybe there's an opportunity for some positive things to happen. We'll see. I just hope that the cards still say Topps on them. And I think there's still a chance of that happening. There's several opportunities for that. But then you start reading about the details, and some of the things just didn't add up to me. Like Fanatics is going to have the players, the MLBPA license, and what is it, next year? And then they don't get the MLB license until 2026, and like that doesn't make any sense. Like it would be like a reverse pajama card. It would be like Topps can make cards without the players on them, but the team names and logos. So like I don't
like
understand
the Baltimore first baseman or Pirate first baseman. Video game people.
I think it's I don't know, it's too early really to analyze like what the actual outcome is going to be, so it's kind of just wait and see. But I am, I wouldn't say nervous. It's not like my life hinges on this, but it would be sad if, we have Fanatics and Fanatics Chrome or something. Like, I'm not super thrilled about that, but let's see what they do.
Yeah. So what did you say in this article, supposedly, in Sports Collectors Digest?
So the story is, I was texting Bart about something, and he just so completely just randomly was like, "Hey, you're a Topps guy, aren't you?" And for whatever that means. I mean, Topps is definitely a go-to product for me and always has been. And he mentioned there's a guy that's writing an article about this whole thing, and he's looking for some people to interview. So yeah, shoot him my contact information, and then that happened. We literally talked for like 7 or 8 minutes. That was it. It was very, very direct. He had his questions ready. But yeah, my overall, like, I literally was, I was at work, and like, I got Dawn from Fielder's Dreams included me in a group text with some people about this whole thing, and like, I didn't connect the dots like right away. I didn't really know what was going on until somebody put it like in black and white and was like, Topps lost their license to make baseball cards. So it kind of didn't seem real. When I told my dad, he was like, what do you mean? Like, Topps is baseball cards, like the two can not exist together. So I'm holding out the hope that they're going to continue with the Topps name and like Bowman names. I don't think they'll carry all. We might not see Gypsy Queen again, but
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm inclined not to speculate just yet, because there's just too much to like that's hanging out there that we don't know. So I too hope they retain the Topps name, and it's just like Don Russ made by Panini. It's Topps made by Fanatics, So I think they would be, if they did any kind of like research and polled collectors, that I would think that the majority of them would feel that way as well. Now I'm sure there's people that are just done with Topps, ready for something new, ready for something fresh, and for whatever reason they got a resentment towards them, and they want something different. Maybe it'll even bring people that got out of the hobby back to baseball. Who knows? I don't know much about Fanatics other than, they're more an apparel company and they do some memorabilia stuff, which I do have some of their items, but I'm willing to give them a chance for sure. Because I think the point of the article that I made was like, whatever it is, I'll collect it, because that's like the hobby. I'm into it. I'm into the hobby. I'm not into Topps. Topps just happens to be like a big portion of that hobby, So
let me ask you all this. A question I think about when I hear both of you all are talking, I've heard other people talking about it, obviously, but a question I have, and this is something I feel, is that we're all feeling like it's cautiously optimistic, right? I guess that's like the best way to say, like, You know, we'll see how it all shakes out. Maybe it'll end up being okay, whatever. But my question is that what happens if it's a dumpster fire or you just don't connect with the product? Do you stop collecting modern cards at that point because you're going to have it for the next like 80 years and just collect, you know, everything, you know, 2007, 25 or whatever, and backwards or whatever, and just focus on that collecting? Or are you still going to keep collecting even though you completely hate the product? I mean, to me, like, it's like spending money when you don't want to spend money, right? It's
Sure.
like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, so I don't know what people will, not just you guys, but just like in general, like what were the
It would
public.
have to be really bad for me not to collect it. I'm pretty easy going with like I'm not extra critical of design or whatever, like, or the names are too small or they're sideways or there's no
Yeah, I was
border.
gonna
Like,
say,
I don't really care. I like to collect stars of the game. I like to collect rookie cards.
like
I like to collect-
nobody's skip. I don't know any collectors that, you know, they see the Topps design and they're like, I'll cut you guys next year. You know, I'm just gonna take this year out because I don't like this design.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll circle back next year and see where we're at.
But my thing personally, like,
That's awesome.
I only collect things that I have fun collecting. So if for whatever reason I don't have fun with the Fanatics thing, I'll just collect something else, you know. But I'm like Bob, that I find it unlikely that they would oh, hey Henry, that they would make something so bad that I wouldn't be interested in it at all. I don't know.
I think a lot of people are kind of like, you know, like waiting for the bottom to drop out. But, you know, like you said, you know, every year people complain, like right when they release the new Topps product, right? The new flagship product. Every year, there's always like a fraction of people who do videos where they're like, it sucks, I don't like the design, like you all said, it's sideways, the writing's too small, blah blah blah. You know, it's not glossy enough or whatever, and then they still buy it. You know, and so unless it's just completely like they do it in like hieroglyphics. I don't think that
by the time update comes out, they're like, man, it's really grown on me.
Yeah, every
really
year.
like
exactly. Yeah, when they're at their $40 investment turned into $300, they're like, yeah, it's been really growing on me the last couple months. Yeah, whatever.
I think for collectors, the only way that Fanatics could really screw this up is that they mess up the pricing, because that's the only way to push out people. Because I personally, you know, let's say Fanatics Chrome or whatever is 5 times as expensive as Topps Chrome. I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of people like me. I doubt that that's going to happen. I mean, they seem like they're a very smart company. But that's the most likely reason I could see that they would push people out. It wouldn't be the design or the names or whatever. It's going to be just straight up pricing. And that's my biggest concern. Because they got the guy who runs, who started StockX, if you're familiar with that. It's like a sneakerhead thing, and I know that they do some card stuff. I don't think it ever really took off, but it's the sneakerheads. And I don't know, it's all about flipping and stuff like that. So that's like kind of concerning to me, but we'll see.
I think that was my biggest.
Oh, I'm twins with these. Wouldn't I be triplets?
Yeah, baby.
We're all wearing dark shirts and glasses, and you guys have hats on. But I'm laying down, so I can't wear a hat backwards. Let's see if I can find a hat down here. Let's see. Is there a hat down here?
Jay, you showed some Gypsy Queen. Does that mean you found some retail? I think Jay's froze. Look at
that. Please start glitching out. Please start glitching out.
So he's gonna have to like.
He's the host.
Yeah, he'll have to like kill the stream. Oh, there he is.
I don't have a hat down
here.
That
was weird.
I don't have a hat down here.
It's all right.
So, did you all see what Yanks fan 7 said?
If Topps loses the MLBPA license, 23 would change that only license. Their only option is release those cards, retired player, but it's got that. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Is like I don't see how this is going to play out. It doesn't make sense. Like I know people have talked about a likely option would be Fanatics leasing the Topps license so that they can do the legit cards. I don't know. I think it's going to sort itself out. Like, I don't think there's going to be a break of 3 years or whatever of modern baseball cards. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'd be shocked if it did, you know?
I wasn't following, like, the whole, and I still don't know what all went down, but, like, I keep hearing the timing of it all, like where Topps was just about to close some kind of deal, and then like they were going to merge with something or something. It was a SPAC.
They were doing some weird SPAC deal with Muds. Muds was the ticker. I don't know. I like that stuff. It's like I just wait until I know what's going on. It's like I have so little brain. I can't even say brain power. I have so few brain cells, and I'm so tired. I have so many things going on. It's like somebody just tell me when this is sorted out so I can go buy some cards, you know? Like, I don't have time for this in my life right now.
Yeah. What have you been seeing any product in your neck of the woods, Mark, at all?
I haven't exactly been looking because there was so long. I got pissed off so many times that I went to buy, like, oh, I'm going to buy a hanger pack or whatever. And then it just dried up and it was gone. I'm like, you know what? I guess when I go to Target once a day, like I do, I don't even know where the cards are. Like they moved them, and whatever, man. I'll just buy singles on eBay, which is lame.
I actually was at Target today, and they had some Gypsy Queen, they had some Score Football, they had a little bit of hockey, and they had a couple hanger boxes of Series 2. And they actually even had some of those fat packs or hanger packs of Mosaic Soccer. I don't see
really.
Yeah.
There must not be too many soccer fans in the local Pittsburgh area at the moment.
No, it's not a big Pittsburgh town, or it's not a big soccer town. Pittsburgh is not a big soccer town.
Right. Hey, what up, Golf? Oh man, what up, Henry? What's up, man? Dude, Henry's lighting up this chat, dude. He is on it today.
Henry's comment on my video I posted today was pretty awesome. He just said,
That's awesome.
He's like, "Did I smoke something? Is this a Bob Lewis video?" Calling me out.
Well, he referred to the fact that this is the second time he's seen you today or 2 days in a row that he's on drugs or something already. I think you were sort of or something.
Yes.
You're not on drugs. You are.
You guys pretty bummed about Norm Macdonald dying?
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't altered my day at all, but like I do think about it, and I've been watching a lot of clips, watching a lot of people talk about him as well, and yeah, man, my appreciation for him really. I mean, I like the dirty work. I love, I liked Saturday Night Live, but I was 13, when that was on. So my appreciation for him came later.
Look at Jason right now. Sorry to interrupt.
He's like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh yeah, you talking about Norm?
Yeah, the Professor of Logic joke is my favorite.
I think, for me personally, I think he's the funniest person of all time. Like I've never laughed at anyone on the same level as him. Modern Vintage Collector. I haven't seen that name in a while. Are you making videos again?
Yeah, dude, he's doing it.
I'm out of the loop. I haven't watched any YouTube videos in a while. Got to get caught up.
That watch list growing.
The guy used to put out awesome videos. Was that a couple years ago?
Hey, Chris, I just gave the link if you want to hop in, dude.
The
He's all the way
Professor of
back.
Logic joke, man. That's
He's
a
all the
good
way,
one.
he's back hanging out with Kim Jong Un. So, but yeah, man. I was gonna. Yeah, I mean, Norm was it Norm Macdonald, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's one. He's one of those guys. That did you hear what happened? He got fired off of Saturday Night Live because he was joking on OJ too much.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know the whole story about that.
That was the very first version of being canceled.
Yeah.
So,
And the best thing about him getting canceled on SNL is that they asked him to host, and he came back, and he has the best opening monologue of all time. He's just like, he's going through, and the thing about Norm Macdonald that made him so great was that he was fearless, man. He never held back, no matter what the scenario, who was in the audience or what. And he was in the monologue, he was like, I was trying to figure out how I got fired because they didn't think I was funny, because that's like what they told him, like, you're not funny enough or whatever. And yet now they think I'm so funny that I could host the show. And he's like, and then I was thinking, and I think it's just because the show has gotten really bad now. And he's like, well, you'll see a little bit later how bad it is. He just roasted the entire show.
Right.
You got to watch that monologue, man. It's so good.
People talk about the Bob Saget roast a lot too. That's usually gets
I remember seeing that or watching on Comedy Central back in the day. I think that's what it was on. Man, that was a pretty rough one. Man, I loved it. You don't see that. You won't see stuff like that anymore. More than likely,
he bombed on purpose. And I heard Bob Saget gave this like 20-minute like eulogy basically yesterday or the day before. Apparently they were like very close friends. They came up in Canada together and everything. And he invited him to this roast, and apparently Norm like hated roasts. He thought the format was stupid, and he didn't want to be mean to his friend. So he's like, I'm just gonna do jokes out of a 40s joke book. And Bob Saget's like, okay. And he did it. And he's like, can you swear at least? He's like, nah, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to do that. That's amazing, dude. His book, I'm not much of a reader, but his book, his memoir is absolutely incredible. It's one of the best
where only like 20% of it's true.
Probably less than that. It is one of the best books I've ever read. It's so weird, but I was just dying laughing. And then there's some like really poignant stuff in there too. It's really good.
I like how everybody has a Norm Macdonald impression too.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to impersonate. You can't replicate him.
Yeah, I mean, like when he was playing the Colonel Sanders, it was like so obvious. Like his voice is so unique, you can't get away from it. It's like I'm like, is that Norm Macdonald? Is Colonel Sanders? Like, in my ear to sure enough.
What the hell? He's like the weirdest choice ever for that.
Right. It was like somebody at KFC lost a bet. They had to get Norm Macdonald.
I know.
So I was gonna to ask another. I didn't want to ask another question. So, Bob, I know Mark said he's not really seeing anything, nor is he really looking. You said you've been seeing a little bit of stuff. Do you think as the baseball season kind of winds down, we're gonna start seeing more product on the shelves because it seems like it's starting to pop up a lot? Or like what's your thoughts on that?
I'm seeing it more. It's
what up, dude?
I should say.
What up, dude? I'm gonna say yo, kamsahamnida.
I'm seeing it more frequently, not in big quantities, but I'm actually seeing product on shelves.
Okay. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm going to the local Piggly Wiggly here in Indiana, and I'm starting to see a lot more product than I've ever seen before.
Hey, if you find any Fleer metal hockey, I think it's Skybox metal, but let me know.
I'll let you know. So, hey, what's up, Modern Vintage Collector? MVC is into his day.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to make my way back onto the scene. It's been a long road over the last probably 18 months.
I know it's been crazy, dude. I have to say, I don't know, Bob, if you watched his video since he's come back. He's only done a handful, but I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it because, again, it's kind of like the, Alex Bowman 53 style. Like, it's a lot of historical stuff and a lot better than my stuff. I'm just sitting in front of my camera, just talking nonsense, like 98% of the time. So, and I've been really enjoying it. It's like a week in baseball, right, Chris? Is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, that's what I've been working with. I don't know if I'm going to keep it going or not. Maybe for a couple more weeks. I mean, if there's more engagement on it, but I'm not going to keep doing it if people don't watch it. Obviously.
Right.
We'll just see how it goes.
Sure.
There, it was always high quality, high information content. I don't know what it is. Like I've been making one video a month or every 3 weeks, like one 25-minute video. And that's all I can get out right now, man. And it's just like pickups basically. I haven't done a contest, my own, or like participated in one in a while. I kind of feel, I don't know. I can get in my head about all that stuff, but it's all good.
I don't know, I don't know how you guys feel, but I know for myself, and I know I've talked to each one of you all, off the interwebs, but it's like, I feel like, especially more now than ever, I just do it whenever I feel like it, and whenever I feel like I have something like, I've been buying a lot of stuff on eBay, I've been picking up some boxes here and there with my son, and I'm not even posting that much stuff anymore, I'll post something like, if, it's something that catches my eye, I think it might be fun to do, or whatnot. I bought a bunch of physical media yesterday at a pawn shop. Not doing that video anymore. I just don't. I'd just rather just get on here and shoot the breeze once in a while with you guys, and maybe doing an occasional video. But I do still like it. I still like watching people like Chris and John Mangini and Alex and those guys actually like contributing to the community with quality stuff. But yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, not everybody like Mark down there can be doing Hitler videos all back to back to back.
Yeah, and then I disappear for months because I don't buy anything and I have nothing to do.
So since you said that well went dry, have you thought about something else that you might be doing down there? I mean, I feel like a guy like you that's very creative always has something in the back of your mind, like kind of like a germ of an idea forming somewhere.
I mean, me and Bob always bounce. I don't want to say stupid ideas because I don't want to disparage him, but just like silly ideas. It's like, dude, it'd be so funny if we did this, and like we got to do this, and like we basically never do it because our schedules and everything. Like, I don't know. I generally, the way it works for me is I'll be sitting around. It's usually like a Friday morning. I take the kids to daycare and I have a little gap before I go to work. That's like my only time by myself. And then I'll be really bored. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, man, it'd be so stupid if I did this. And then I'll just get on the computer and I'll just bang it out. And a lot of times I start working on stuff and I like film something and I'm like, this is horrible. So the scary thing is you're only seeing the cream of the crop. Imagine how bad some of the things that I say like didn't make the cut. I think one of the things I had the most fun doing was the like weekend update kind of thing with sports. I had so much fun. Like, because with that one, I would be working on it during the day. I would come up with an idea or like just think of something dumb and I would write it down. but it ended up being a lot of work, and I put a lot of time into it. And like, I don't care how many views it gets or whatever, but it's like, dude, I spent like 3 hours on this, like 3 actual hours of my life. But
I know.
I think I did like 2 of those, and I kind of want to do another one, but I need to like actually like see what's going on in the sports world, the card world, and I have no idea right now. So
Right. I mean, that's what Chris is doing. Chris is doing, like, he's spending a lot of time putting together videos. And I know, he's spending a lot of that time trying to create content that,
Actual content.
hopefully
actual
actual content. Right. And it's like getting that traction going, it's always like, it's having a channel that is informative and more based in like historical information. You got to be playing the long game on that, guys. You can't go in there going, I'm going to hit the ground running and get, dozens, if not hundreds of views and subscribers. Unless you're breaking product, like that's just not going to be the reality of it. I mean, we all know that, I think, in the back of our minds, we just know that's the reality of it. But, there's guys that's been doing the same thing, like Alex and John and them. It's taken them years and years and years to get like a pretty decent following. But then you have somebody like, I don't even know, fill in the blank Breaker, and he has like 15,000 subs. He's been around for 6 months.
yeah, and the thing is like those guys, like the guys you mentioned, they're true to themselves. They're putting out something that they actually believe in, and they're not just like trying to meet the market. They don't start with like, okay, what will people want to watch? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, this is interesting to me. I'm going to talk about it. And then maybe they think, will people be interested in that? And if they're not, maybe they won't do it. But that's very different than being like, okay, I need to like put something out that people are going to like, they're going to click on it. And it doesn't even matter if I care about it. And to me, it's like so transparent immediately. The people that are putting out that like, that they're just trying to meet the demand out there. And that's just like, I don't know, that nothing against those guys. If you want to watch that, if you want to make that, that's fine, but that's not my cup of tea. I like people that are like actually into this stuff.
Right. I mean, it's people like that, it's an immediate high, and it's easy to get addicted. But, if you don't find it fulfilling, then you're not going to stick with it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you all this question.
What's that?
When did you start making videos again? I haven't seen your name in a long time.
About 3 weeks ago. So to kind of catch everybody up, because I think I got like 21 subscribers right now. So like I said, I'm still gaining traction. About 18 months ago, I gutted my channel. I deleted it completely. I had a lot of family stuff going on. I'm active duty military, so I'm actually over in South Korea right now. And I got bent over as soon as I got here, and have one of the most demanding jobs in my organization. So I don't have a whole lot of time. But you have this transition, you got family stuff going on, and I was just like, you know what? And then there was all that BS that was going on in the community, and that kind of soured it for me. But I went back home on leave because I've been over here for a year, and I went back to Georgia. And I was like, I really want to I kind of want to get back into this. I miss it. I miss the community. I miss, conversing with all of you. And I got the bug again, but now I'm back in South Korea, and I've had a hard time trying to get back into it because the demand on me is significant right now. I'm not going to bore you with details, but I don't have a whole lot of time stuff. But in terms of like my channel, like Jason was saying, I've got the This Week in Baseball, which basically focuses on one significant event from that day for, whatever week period we're in. And those are fun. They're easy. I think the first one took me about 3 hours to make. It's like a 2-minute video. But I invested in some more capable software. So I was trying to, navigate my way around. Was it Filmora something or other? Invested in a little bit better technology. I'm still using the same Samsung S8 Active that I had since like 2017. But over time, like I want to incorporate stuff like green screen and just, have fun with it. I enjoy the process of making the content more than anything else, really.
I'm with you,
But-
man. I agree. That was something that I would not have expected, but I have a really good time. Just
You know what I like doing? I like thinking of ideas for videos and never doing them.
That's
Yeah.
true. You are like that.
Yeah, dude. Me and Bob, dude. I'm telling you. I wish I should just write down all the ideas we've had. And it's like, dude, we got to do this one quick. And it's like, yeah, let's actually do this one, and we never do it.
I wish I had.
Dude, the ideas are there. They're not going anywhere. There's two that stand out above the rest, at least in my mind, that I think that they would be fun to make, and I think they would be received well. But then it's like, part of me is like, I don't want to like get people's expectations back up. Like that's gonna be every
commercial one.
Yeah, that's one of the two for sure. And then the other one is like it would be like a found footage tape of like an original, like a break from back in the late 80s, and it would just be like overreacting to cards that we now know are like worthless.
Well, there's gonna be plenty of that here in about another 20 years on YouTube of people who think they got something special.
Dude, just go back, just look up like 2011 Topps update and try to find like original breaks. You think anyone was like freaking out about Trout? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's funny. That one video was going around, and when they opened up the gold auto of him and out of like the 09 Bowman, and he's like, "Huh, Mike Trout. I think I've heard of that guy," and he just sets it aside. It's like that's like a $300,000 card.
you can buy a house with that card now.
Right.
Yeah, Mike Trout. So that's still a little sore subject with me.
Yeah, a lot of people it is.
Because I had
I don't even have that
2009 Donruss Elite Extra Edition autograph, and I sold it I think for $125 back in like 2011 or 2012. And that, yeah, you look at that, it's going for like almost $5,000 now.
Oh man,
That's tough.
Well, he had that litany of injuries back to back to back to back to back, and I was like, I need to, I don't want to end up holding the freaking sandbag,
right. To answer your question, Rick, what's gonna happen is Bob's gonna text me. He's like, "You want to do a cardboard thing?" And I'll be like, "I can't this week." And then 6 weeks will go by, and then I'll text Bob and I'll say, "Hey, dude, you want to do a cardboard thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. How about tonight at this time?" And I'll be like, "I got to work early." And then another 6 weeks will go by, and then Bob will text me.
There may be a surprise in the next couple of weeks that we haven't divulged anything yet, but there may be something out there.
Yeah, there could be. There could be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no commitment at this point.
Something will happen. Something will happen in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know how significant it'll be, but
So I haven't noticed this, but Yanks fans said that they're starting to put forcing everyone to watch 3 15-second videos in front of other people's most in front of most videos. Have anybody been noticing that? I don't seem to notice that too much.
I watched one of my own videos after I uploaded it to see that the sound quality was okay, and it gave me an ad, and I'm not even monetized. Like, what's up with that? I thought that was
Maybe
the
that's
whole
what
point
he's
of
talking
monetizing.
about.
What?
Oh, maybe that's what he's talking
I haven't
about. I
seen
don't
an ad in ages because I got the premium. They don't
Yeah.
show
know.
me
Ooh,
ads.
look at you, big balling with Bob
Dude,
Lewis.
it's worth $20 a month, dude. For as much YouTube as I watch,
Yeah.
Man,
What's the
So-
dark side of the ring?
I don't
Oh,
think
that's
anybody else except me. Has anybody else watched the most recent episode?
I've seen a handful of them. Yep.
What's the plane
Even
ride?
if you're
from
not
hell?
into
What is that
even
one?
if you're not into wrestling and you just like crazy documentaries, they're worth it.
Yeah, the documentaries are. It's on Vice TV. I'm not, since no one else knows about the specific. Hey, golf. message me and we'll talk about it. I'll call you, but I don't want to bore everybody to death.
I want to know what the
I
plane ride from hell means.
All right. Well, this is Cliff Notes version. So in 2002, WWF/E had a pay-per-view in England, and on the way back, they had like a lot of major talent. I don't know if you know much about wrestlers from back in the Attitude Era, but a lot of them were on this private jet that was flying back from London, England, back to Connecticut. And they end up getting like 3 carts filled with liquor and end up being like just out of control. I mean, they almost like fell out of the airplane, like pushing the doors open. They got in fist fights. Ric Flair, woo, got naked and started swinging his dick around and slapping people with it. And
Sounds awesome.
like there were, and it was just like crazy. There was a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, you can watch it for free right now on YouTube. They actually have it for free.
I've seen the WWF plane. It's badass. It's all like black and red. I've seen that a few times at work.
Look at this pop collar right here.
Dude, that's an epic pop collar. Yeah, that puts Elvis to shame. Right there.
Dang.
So, here Yanks fan 7 said, "I like watching people who rent an apartment offer up advice on how to build wealth." That's awesome. Oh, man.
A lot of BSers out there, man.
Yeah. Oh, I hear Golf said, "Thank you for your service, buddy."
Yeah.
Everybody subscribed to Chris's channel. He said,
Yeah, Chris, you got 20. You got 23 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Subscribe to Chris's channel or I will break you.
Yeah.
I will humble you and break you. So, yes.
I'll subscribe right after I get out of here.
All right, go check it out. Oh, how early is work? Oh, here you go. This is coming from Dave.
How early is work? I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm the earliest in the world, but I have a pretty messed up work schedule. I would say probably more messed up than most, I would think. I don't know. I work late. I work early. I work weekends. I would be at work right now, but I have leave.
Fucking overweight.
Jay Buhner's rookie, 89 or 88?
89.
89?
I don't
That's
know.
for you. That's for you, TTM Troy. Oh man. So since we're at the tail end of the season, let's talk predictions. Anybody? Who do you all think is gonna what's a sleeper, and who do you think is gonna end up being in the World Series?
Brewers, White Sox. Let's do it.
Brewers,
You said White Sox. Brewers, White Sox. Nice.
I don't actually believe that, but that would be the best.
I think it's actually going to be a repeat of last year.
Last year.
And the Rays are going to win.
That would be cool. I'd be down with the Rays winning.
Rays and Dodgers.
Rays and Dodgers.
If the exact Brewers team was in New York or LA, they would be giant favorites. Like this team, man, is unbelievable. They're absolutely ridiculous. But
Who?
Milwaukee.
Oh, what are the Giants for real?
I mean, they have to be, right? Like no one expected them to be very good, but they just keep winning.
Is Chris Bryant's cards going up?
I don't know.
So
I would think so.
Let me ask you all this. So maybe I'm more asking you, Mark. Is Christian Yelich doing any better? Because I know he was kind of fell off the.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I haven't been watching much. I see his stats. Like I don't know. It's a common story, right? A guy like develops some power and breaks out into a superstar, and then he gets hurt, and he's just like not the same. That seems to be what's been going on for him. I hope he figures it out, but he's not the same guy he was for sure. Did I tell you my Christian Yelich COVID story?
No, let's hear this.
So, see, the first game
that I went to this year, the White Sox were in town in Milwaukee, which is a dream scenario for me and not a common
Sure.
situation. So I went to the game. Hi.
They said hi, Ruby.
Ruby.
Was that Ruby?
Ruby. My wild
went-
card.
So I went to the game. It was an awesome game. Sox won, but whatever. I was sitting in the second tier in left field, so Yelich is in front of me, but I don't really see him because I can't see down where I am. And in between every inning, everyone's standing up screaming for the left fielder to throw the ball, so they throw it around. And I was talking to my dad, like making fun of these people. And my dad's like, they probably can't even get the ball up here. And I was like, well, they definitely can, but what's the point of standing up screaming? I mean, it's stupid. So one of these in between innings, everyone's freaking out, and I'm talking to my dad, and I look forward, and I just see a ball like this. It's like not moving, because it's coming straight at me. And I just stuck up my hand, and I caught it. It was probably the peak athletic moment of my life. I just reached up, I caught it with my left hand, my bare hand. I caught it, and I was like, holy shit. I got a ball at a game. Like I've never gotten one. And I panicked because I was looking for a kid to give it to. Like, and I just look around and I make eye contact with this Brewers kid and I chuck the ball to him like 10 feet. And I have my White Sox hat on, whatever. And then I turn around and I see this little family behind me, all White Sox fans, two really cute kids wearing White Sox gear, and they just look so sad. And the dad just goes, dude, they're right behind me. And I threw it like 10 feet away to a Brewers fan. And I was like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. And so Yelich threw me the ball, and I threw it to the kid. And then the next day, Yelich tested positive for COVID.
And then you got it. So
it's like only me, dude. That's like only me would that happen to. So hopefully it didn't transfer on the ball or whatever.
Right. You find out some little kid in like Milwaukee was like so super sick because of a ball he got at a baseball game.
I mean, obviously that's not possible, right? I hope, but it crossed my mind.
So says at Bob, the show was really good. What show was they talking about, Bob? Are you like are you some kind of media superstar that we're unaware of?
Yeah, right. Dawn, me and my dad are gonna go out tomorrow. There's a local show in Monroeville, out where we were out by the mall. Be the only baseball card. Let's be the first card show I've been to since the National in 19, man. Or
wow,
I think I was at a Knights of Columbus or something like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward. How many tables, Dawn? Roughly 20, 30? That's some big name autograph people there.
do you see what Tim Henry said?
Nice. That's a hashtag Henry comment.
Oh my gosh, that was oh my gosh, Henry.
Hold on, let me show.
He said 250. That's a ton. Ooh, Nikita Koloff is at the card show in Raleigh. Nice. Nice.
Right here.
250.
Henry, this is your care package. It's in the process. I'm sending Henry a Henry care package.
So there's a lot of hotel key cards in there.
This is one big box of random stuff, man.
Me and Bob talked about how to develop a Henry care package a long time ago.
Henry definitely has the corner marketed corner on that.
Yeah, it's a very unique.
There's already some good stuff in there. I can't reveal.
See you later,
Dawn. It's coming.
Hey, you know what Don said? It was pretty big. That's what. Yeah, Don, you sicko. Yeah,
So,
bouncing
Chris, you said your schedule's pretty tight over there. When is your down? Like, this is like a dumb question, but I have to ask. Like, what time of day is it right now?
It is 10:30 a.m. on Saturday morning.
10:30 a.m. on Saturday. That's crazy. And you don't work like do you work like 10 or 12-hour days and during the week and have weekends off, or?
It depends.
Yeah.
I'm the brigade communication security manager, and I'm in an aviation brigade, so we deal with helicopters, right? So if you think about where we're at geographically and who we have, just to the north of us, secure communications is an integral part of what we do. And there's only 2 of us in the brigade that do what we do. So, if there's a problem in any one of our battalions, nights, weekends, whenever, we always have to be on call, essentially.
Dang.
Dude, it's like Airwolf, dude. You like got Ernest Borgnine with you, and it's like, yeah, it's awesome, dude. I love it. Airwolf, baby. Jan Michael Vincent. Hey, what up? Hey, you guys. What up, brother? Oh, he said that a lot of the tables, Don said, were from the National.
Huh. I heard that.
I'm pretty jealous, dude, to be honest.
Reindeer Studios is making a trip down, I think. So I get to meet Scott tomorrow.
Scotty Too Hottie, nice.
Scotty Bobati.
Man, there's a card show tomorrow here in Indiana. If you have 250 tables in Pittsburgh, take 250 and then minus it by 232, and then that's about what I'm going to be going to.
Quality over quality over quantity, though, right? At your shows, they don't got nothing but the best.
Only the best, yes.
That's a channel name. Hey, you guys, what's that channel?
Yeah.
I like that.
So this guy, he starts every one of his videos going, "Hey, you guys." It's pretty cool, actually. So.
You a Goonies fan?
He probably he hates the Goonies.
No, dude. Yeah, he hates the Goonies.
Yeah. It's just like the movie he hates the most. Like every video he just burns a DVD of it. He just like screwed it. An effigy of Sloth. He just burns it. So, oh my gosh.
Speaking of movies, I bought Striking Distance off the internet, and I still don't think it ever came. And this was like a month ago. I got to give.
Did you end up watching? Don't Say a Word.
I did, man. Don't breathe.
Oh yeah, Don't Breathe. I mean, yeah. Did you like it,
dude? That was a pretty. You're definitely right. I did not see that twist coming.
Yeah, you'll never look at a turkey baster the same way again.
Is the second one out yet?
What was that, Chris?
I will not.
I said, is the second one out yet? I saw because I have a question.
It's in the theater now. Like
it's in the theater right now.
But I didn't want to pay I didn't want to pay $19.99 just to stream it to the house. I'll wait till it. I'll wait till it's more available. But yeah, the second one's out. I heard, it's as good as the first one, if nothing else.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it, dude, because nothing sucks more. I'm sure we all been there when you like really hype up a movie because you want somebody else to watch it, and then they watch it and they're like, "Yeah, that sucked," and you're like, "Oh, okay,
dude,
never mind."
My sister did that once. She was like, for 3 days straight, she was like, and this kind of sucks because I forget the name of the movie, but it was on Netflix. It was kind of like a straight to Netflix type of movie.
Sure.
No known actors in it or whatever, but she said, "Don't let that fool you. Like, it's really good," and was persistent for 3 days until like, okay, we're gonna watch it tonight. I swear. Like it was like a group of friends that went down into like a cave. They fell down into a cave, like common movie trope, and like time passed by like super fast down there. Like time was normal in the cave, but outside it was like it was like the cheesiest, like bad acting. And I'm like, Chris and I are looking at each other the whole time, like, was she just messing with us? Like, did she watch this?
Did we just get pumped?
Like, but she wasn't, because like I was sending her texts throughout the movie, like, okay, you got me, and she's like, what do you mean I got you? What do you mean? Like, so it was so bad. So I put her on notice. I was like, look, I need another recommendation from you within the next 2 weeks to redeem yourself for this recommendation. Yeah, like your credibility is hanging on by a thread after that movie. She redeemed herself. I think she redeemed herself with Bird Box.
Okay. She was like, I heard there's this new movie called Star Wars that came out. It's pretty good. I'm gonna give that one a shot. So, oh my gosh, yeah, Bird Box is actually pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I mean, again, I'm easily entertained. And Time Trap, dude, that was it. That was it.
I want to watch it.
You got trapped in it. Sounds like you were the one in the time trap.
I swear, like we were like an hour into it, and we were just like, this sucks so bad. But it's kind of one of those, like, we've already invested this much time into it. Maybe the movie itself will like have some redeeming qualities. No.
So let me ask you all this. I mean, I know this is not what probably most people came here to listen to, but now that we talked about it, I want to ask you all this. You know how you grew up. We all grew up watching movies from the 80s or 90s or whatever, right? And sometimes those actors or actresses, their stars a little bit faded by the time they get to, the 2000s, 2010, 20, whatever, right? Do you ever, but they're still making movies, but they're not big name movies anymore. Do you ever like to pop in a movie that they've made recently to see if it's actually any good, in the hopes of that captures something from the past, or just to see how much of a train wreck it might be? Or do you not even pay any attention to their like direct to DVD movies anymore?
I do that with Nicolas Cage all the time.
Nicolas Cage. I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
Well, he has money issues, so he never turns down a movie, is what I've heard.
He probably will read a phone book for $20K.
Like, I feel like Nicolas Cage is he is a very talented actor, but if you give him a steaming pile of shit for a script, like he's not going to be able to overcome that. Not many actors can, but he's in some pretty garbage ones. My phone's about to die, by the way. It's been real.
Wow.
In case I just disappear.
That's the lamest.
I like how you're like leaning back on your couch with your legs up. It's like almost like you're doing some kind of like adult video like interview.
Dude, I've never done this on my phone before. This is great.
I know.
My setup.
Okay, so what was the question? Like movies that were remade, and then
actors that were once big actors, like in the 80s or 90s that we grew up with that were like big names, that are now slumming it on direct to Netflix or direct to DVD fare. Do you still like to go back and watch their stuff to see if it's any good, or you just like, I'm not watching this crap? It's like you said, it's a waste of my time kind of thing. Because I think of like Bruce Willis, I think of like, Nicolas Cage. They'll do almost anything, and I still enjoy it. I still find enjoyment out of it. But I know a lot of people's like, I'm not watching that crap. I know it's junk.
Dude, I've been loving Nick Cage movies lately, dude.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, exactly. Just like what Chris said. Exactly. That's right.
I think they're like, people find like new life or something. Kind of like Travolta with Pulp Fiction. Like that resurrected his career in a lot of ways. And I had no interest in watching John Travolta really before that.
You mean like Look Who's Talking?
Now he's back slumming it, doing. I haven't seen a Travolta movie. I think the last thing that he was good in that I liked was that OJ story.
OJ story. I don't even know what. Yeah.
It was like a movie or mini series.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. was OJ.
Oh my gosh, I gotta check this out. Yeah, okay.
Oh wait, was he OJ or was he I can't remember, but yeah,
Yeah,
David
he's
Schwimmer was
OJ. He's OJ. That was good.
okay. David Schwimmer was the Kardashian lawyer. Martin
Oh,
Shapiro
Jesus.
was
Martin Shapiro,
Travolta.
yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
It was good.
Oh man, homage Dave Archer. Dave goes, the CNC Music Factory was the best. Feldman and Haim, yes. I remember CNC Music Factory. Is that the one that's like, feel it, feel the vibration? Is that them? I think that's them.
No, yeah, that's them. But the Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, the Corys, that's CNC
The
Movie
Corey.
Factory.
Yeah, they were like late 80s, man. They were like everywhere, like mid to late 80s.
I remember, dude. Did you ever see Sidekicks with Jonathan Brandis and Chuck Norris?
Oh, and Chuck Norris, yeah, dude. And they're all like kicking
Joe
like this
Piscopo.
or whatever.
Dude, that movie I've seen so many times. It was like my mom wouldn't. She really like monitored what I watched, but that was like at least one that made the cut for like, okay, it had mom's stamp of approval because it wasn't like overly whatever. And Chuck Norris, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, Chucky.
Actually, I watched. We were just flipping channels one night. Oh, actually, I had control of the remote. Nobody was in the TV room, and then I found Walker Texas Ranger, and I was watching some of those because I used to watch them with my grandpa all the time. And so I introduced my wife and my 11-year-old daughter to Walker Texas Ranger. Even Ruby was getting in on the action, dude.
Yeah, that's the best, dude. Introducing your kids to like really dated genre movies or TV shows, and if they like it or not, you know, like, oh man, it's like the best feeling as a father. Like when
even just seeing a movie, like being the first person to show somebody a movie that they've never seen, and like you're blown away that they've never seen it. Like my wife has never seen Pan's Labyrinth.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, well, you're not a real movie fan.
I'm not.
Yeah, you just
Should I
watch
watch
Hitler
it?
stuff.
I feel like that's an attack. Should I watch it?
Pan's Labyrinth? Are you?
Yeah.
No.
It's really good.
Chris
Oh,
don't
Chris
like
is like,
it.
no, what? You hater. I'm ready to bounce you.
All right, what is Chris? You got any go-to movies, like something that's on repeat or that you've seen multiple times, and you're like Big Trouble in Little China is my movie that I could watch anytime, anywhere. I love that movie. Dude.
Death Sentence.
With
Man, I
Kevin Bacon.
love Death Sentence. Are you talking about the James Wan, Kevin Bacon one?
Yes.
That movie
Yes.
is pretty awesome.
That is a keeper,
the shotgun
dude.
shootout scene, dude. That was pretty intense. That was
I was
one
thinking
that I had no
not to get
intention
back to
to.
Nicolas Cage, but kick ass.
Nice. 1 and 2, they're both pretty good.
I was kind of bummed that they killed Nicolas Cage in the first. What was it, the first one or was it the second one?
Yeah, first one was him dying. Yep.
Spoiler
And then
alert.
the second
Jim
one has
Carrey was in
Jim
two.
Carrey.
Dude, they've been out for over 5 years. There's no
Spoiler
there's no
alert.
spoiler.
20,
Hey,
20
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Exactly. You know what?
It's different. It's different though if you're like, hey, check out this movie. It's really good, and then you say what happens. I don't think that's to the same degree as Star Wars. I don't think, as far as being a spoiler.
Did you have Kick Ass queued up ready to watch tonight?
Just as good as the first one, regardless of what happened. I mean, they're still worth
It's-
watching.
Still worth watching. All right.
Very much so.
Troy goes, Free Willy Part 4. Yes. Yeah, so Death
Who
Sentence,
directed
that's a good
Kick-Ass?
one, dude.
Is the
That's
same?
I
Did
like
the same guy direct? Did he do the Kingsman? Is that the same director?
Oh, I don't know.
Kick-Ass?
That might be.
Because I love that series too, man.
Yeah, I love. But if you a movie that no one talks about, it came out I think right before COVID hit last year, or maybe late 2019. I can't remember. But it's a Guy Ritchie movie called The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey
I wanted to
Dude,
see it, man.
it
Never
is-
got to see that.
I'm telling you, dude, whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing this weekend
I'd
and
see
rent
it.
that
Oh.
movie.
This week.
It is. The Gentleman is awesome. It has the guy. It has the guy who plays what, Sons of Anarchy. The young kid, the main star, the blonde-headed boy. He's in there. Hugh
Charlie
Grant.
Hunnam.
Yeah, Charlie Hunnam. Yes, Charlie
I
Hunnam.
heard-
Hugh Grant.
The C word
Uh,
is in that movie like 200 times. I heard.
Yeah, that was his version of the F word from Quentin Tarantino. He used the C word.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, if you have not seen that movie, you're doing yourself a disservice. It is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was awesome. No one's ever talking
ever
about
seen
it.
I wish
Revolver?
we had this. I wish we had this conversation the other day because I don't watch many movies, but when I get the chance and I'm in the mood, like I'm gonna watch something, and I can't find anything, and then I just put something on, and I put on Walk of Shame with Elizabeth Banks. So bad, dude.
What's wrong with
turned it
you?
on.
dude?
I turned it on with like 20 minutes left.
Mute him, Jason. Mute him.
Dude. I said I didn't like it. I said I didn't like it.
You can call me
Did you
anytime,
finish it?
Mark, and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a good movie. Get any recommendations?" You know, I have
I will.
a wall and a half filled with films.
I will. Why don't you?
What was the movie with Ethan
Jason.
Hawke, who plays that investigative journalist, and he moves into the house where the murders took place? That one was under the
I didn't
radar, but that one was really good. I just can't remember the name of it.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but that looked good. Talking about Ethan Hawke, have you all seen the one they remade like 2 years ago, Magnificent Seven, with Denzel Washington?
That was good.
Oh my gosh, dude,
That was a
that movie was
Tarantino
so
flick,
good. Oh my gosh, I own it on 4K. I got it for like $1. I got it at a pawn shop a couple months ago. Dude, that movie is so legit, man.
Magnificent
Amazing.
Seven?
Magnificent Seven. Yeah, they remade it from the 1970s.
What's the deal with this
you'll-
David Byrne movie? Someone was
David
saying
who?
it's David Byrne, the Talking Heads guy. Spike Jonze directed it. I saw it walking by this like second run theater, and they had the poster up for it, and I heard it's up for like there's buzz for like Academy Awards or something. I have no idea
Oh,
what
I
it's
don't
about.
know.
But Spike Jonze and David Byrne, I don't know.
Spike
I don't
Jonze
think-
does lots of good movies. He doesn't get like a lot of recognition because his
Right.
movies are kind of weird and out there, but I do like his movies.
One of the blurbs on the poster really set the bar high. It was like this should be much it was like this is something that everyone should watch at least once. Like wow, that's that better
That's
be pretty good.
Yeah, I'll be willing to take that Pepsi challenge on that.
Chris, did you ever see Green Room?
Green Room?
Yeah.
That's one where that band plays a show, right? And they get locked in the back
Yeah.
with the Nazis or whatever out front.
Yep.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. That was good.
That was one
That
that
was another
What about Green Street Hooligans?
Yes, that's another good
Green Street
one.
That had Charlie Hunnam.
What about-
I think that was his
What
first
about the
movie.
Green Inferno? We're talking about green movies. The Green Inferno, Eli Roth
No.
cannibal movie. It sucked. It was awful.
Yeah, I can't, man, I can't do that kind of movie anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well,
You got kids.
you did it. It was awful. You did yourself a favor What about if have you all seen The Mule with Clint Eastwood?
Nope.
Yeah. A lot of that was filmed in where I live in Georgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That,
It's a really
that
good movie.
graduation scene took place in the museum I used to give tours at. Down in,
Wow.
Augusta, Georgia.
So if Hollywood's watching and they're like, hey, I want to make a movie about this YouTube community here that's going on, who's the star of that movie? Is that Pepino Man? Is he the star?
That sounds like the biggest flop of all time, man.
Yeah.
That would be the worst movie ever.
Well, I mean, if Pepino Man shows up in his chicken costume, strips off, gets naked, and jumps in the pool, then you might have something like Jackass possibly in the making. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, like that's a good one. That's a good. Or what about this? Who would play certain people in our community? What actors would play them in a movie?
Bruce Willis has got to play Mangini, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Not
I would
Jackie Chan?
agree with that.
I feel like it should be Jackie Chan, just for the nunchuck skill.
I would say the only way that would work is if it was in the light of like The Office or Parks and Recreation. It would have to be that.
Yeah.
oh, right.
Good point.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would actually probably work. Yeah, I like that. The Green Mile. Yeah, Fault Scene. I forgot about that. That's a good one too. Talking about the word green in the title of a movie.
Who would play Jason?
Who would play Jason? Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill,
No.
yes.
No.
Jonah Hill, for sure. But
No.
I got Jason Segel. I mean, Jason Segel wrapped up for me, for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right when you say it, that makes sense.
I for sure, Stove, Ed Helms is for you, man.
Ed Helms. Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Chris, man. Chris, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like who do you look like, Chris? Like who's somebody you can get?
Most people say Damian Winters or
Daniel Harris.
Damian Lewis.
Oh, Damian Lewis.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, Damian Lewis. Yeah.
That's actually a good call.
What is he
That
from?
is a good call.
Band of Brothers, and then he did
Band of Brothers.
CIA show on TV.
Okay, yeah. That definitely.
He was in
yeah,
Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher. Yeah.
He's a show on Showtime called Billions. Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
Dreamcatcher did it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was actually the big star of that one. He was great in that. But can you remember Jason Lee was in that movie? He felt so out of place in that movie.
Dude,
Yeah,
But
I watched that movie in like middle school, and it scared the piss out of me, man. Like I still remember
Right.
some of those scenes, like the scene where he's like taking a dump.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was
He
that
dropped
was
the
scary, man.
match, right? Doesn't he drop the
Yeah.
match?
I haven't watched that movie since then, and it's like burned in my memory for being so creepy. What is the most scared you guys have ever been watching a movie?
Oh, that's a good one. Spice World. Oh man, are you talking about as an adult or as a kid? So I feel like that's two different kinds of scary in my mind.
Well, in general, the answer would usually be when you're a kid, and that's going to have funnier answers anyway.
Right.
I would say it's either Jaws or Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
Pet
Jaws
Sematary?
or Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, Pet
Jaws.
Jaws
Sematary.
gave me a irrational fear of sharks for a very long time.
I watched The Shining in like some remote cabin in the wilderness
Oh my
as like in like middle school, and I remember being so afraid that I couldn't look at the TV directly. I was watching on reflection of the TV. And then I saw The Ring in theaters, and that scared me, man. I've never been one to like hesitate because I saw that in like high school. I don't care what anybody thinks. Like I'll just tell my friends, I'm like, no, that scared the shit out of me, dude. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Like
Beyond being a kid, Blair Witch, the way they promoted that,
oh yeah,
that definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies.
yeah, dude. I don't think I was able to watch that.
The
one. I think
internet
I
was kind
started
of
it.
new, and they had like missing posters. Like they had a whole website that I don't know if you remember that. They had a whole website dedicated to these missing people. They really
Yeah, their
sold it
budget-
as legit.
Their budget was like 20 grand or something. It was all just like guerrilla marketing, whereas like found footage or whatever.
But a lot of that
Yeah,
was based on real reactions too, because the actors didn't know what was going to happen to one another. So when stuff happened, they were clueless as to what was going on.
Huh.
It was a lot of raw footage, which I think made it feel more realistic.
Oh, for sure. It was the very first movie to ever use the internet for marketing. So And before that, there was no movie that really. I mean, I'm sure there was other movies that used the internet, but like you said, use it that effectively, where it was like they drummed up that much support, and then it was like,
that
of
like
course, they used
2000?
yeah, 2000, 1999.
Police reports and stuff for that. I mean, it was pretty detailed.
And then when you watch the movie, it's pretty crappy actually. You keep waiting for something to happen the entire movie, and in the end, it's just like, what? Really? That was the payoff? A woman standing in the corner? I mean, like, seriously, that was it? Like, what? What is this?
He was the missing guy, wasn't it?
Now. What?
It was the missing guy. They found him in the basement of that old dilapidated house.
Yeah.
And to me, it left me with a really unsettling feeling. I think I was probably like 13 or 14 years old at the time. But I don't know. It was impactful for me. I mean, looking back at it, you're like, this is pretty cheesy. But at the time, what it was, and like I said, how they promoted it.
Oh, sure.
It had a certain psychological impact.
I think it's all based on when you see a movie. So real quick, I know I have mine ready to go. What about you, Bob? Is there a movie that really stays with you that scared the crap out of you when you were a kid?
I mean, it's kind of when I saw Halloween real young, and that sort of I remember having nightmares from it. Like my dad threatened me, like, I'm never gonna let you see another scary movie. You know what I mean? Because like all that, it wasn't real gory. It wasn't real. It was like a lot of like. I think I see him. I don't like. Is he standing across the street? Oh, no, he's there now. He's not. And but recently it was the Babadook and It Follows both gave me the willies.
I've heard the Babadook is super scary.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta sign off just for 1 second.
All right, it was good talking to you. Yeah, Babadook, that's a good one. I like that one. For me as a kid, I know I've shared this before. I'm sorry if some of you all heard this before, but 1985, the original Fright Night. And I was 7 years old, and my parents let me watch whatever I wanted as a kid. And it's a vampire movie. If you haven't seen it before, don't know much about it. But the whole movie is pretty creepy because, of course, vampires are like in the movie throughout. And there's a bunch of like pretty intense scenes. But the worst scene ever is at the very end of the movie. Charlie's girlfriend, Amy, has been turned into a vampire. And he goes down to the basement looking for her because he's trying to save her. And they're like, teenage young lovers, but she's been attacked by the main vampire. And he has her down in his basement crypt area where he's like keeping her as he transforms her into a vampire. And like she is has officially fully turned, but you haven't seen her face yet. So Charlie goes downstairs or goes down to the basement looking for her to try to save her. And he goes down there and then he finally sees her. She's like all this like sultry white, dress and like plunging neckline. And he hasn't seen her face. And she still talks like Amy. And he's like, Amy, I'm here to save you. And she's like, you left me, Charlie. You left me. And you're supposed to protect me. And he gets really close to her because, he thinks she's okay. And he gets close to her and you see her face revealed. And her mouth is so filled with like jaws, like teeth and huge red eyes. And she's like just roaring at him. I mean, I remember almost shitting my pants as a kid because you did not see that coming. I was so scared out of my mind. And that still stays with me to this day. I remember I used to think that she was in my closet, she was going to kill me. It was awful. So, yeah, I mean, that movie was that still stays with me today. I'm 40, I'll be 43 this year. And I still remember that like it happened yesterday. So, yeah, that was probably the most traumatized I've ever been.
Eli Roth did a documentary on the history of horror. It's like a 5 or 7 part series. So if you like horror movies and stuff, that's really, really cool to check out. And it just reminds you just how twisted directors were in the 70s and the 80s. I didn't realize it at the time, but you look back and I'm like, that's some weird shit going on back then.
Yeah. Like, well, a lot of stuff you can't get away with nowadays.
Huh?
Well, a lot of the mainstream stuff, I mean, you still can find it like on B movies or like direct to like Netflix or direct to DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Still, but modern day stuff, you can't get away with a lot of the stuff they did, like you said back then, like tormenting children, women being in peril all the time, like all kinds of stereotypical things and all these tropes. You ain't gonna get away with that nowadays. There's no way.
There was a movie, and I can't remember what it was, like Cannibal Island or something. It was so convincing that the director actually got, I think he was arrested and brought up on charges for murder because they thought it was real. Do you remember what movie that was?
What was that part last? No.
I don't remember the name. It's in that documentary. I was just like, Jesus.
What movie was it again? I'm sorry. Say it again.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was something about cannibalism. And the director actually had to bring in the actors that were killed in the movie because it was so realistic. The authorities
it was the corpse. I think it was the Corpse Grinders. I think it was it was is it Lewis, H.C. Lewis or something like that. I think I know what you're talking about. That sounds right. That sounds like something like you said, because it was made in the late '60s or early '70s, right? And people thought it was real. Yeah.
And,
That's your best possible marketing to get people to watch your movie. That's the best possible marketing to get people to watch your movie.
Oh yeah. If you ever want to watch something, if you ever want to like kill some time, like put in like YouTube like 1970s horror movie trailers or 1980s, dude, those trailers are so just like dripping with like just I don't know what's the right word, like just inappropriate, like they just this awfulness. It's a cannibal holocaust. Yeah, they kill real animals in that one, Bob. Yeah, and they filmed it. That was I met the director of that a couple years ago, Deodato. But yeah, a lot of people get all butthurt about that because they kill real animals on camera. But it's whatever. Pity.
Spit on Your Grave.
What was that?
Have you seen I Spit on Your Grave?
Oh, yeah, the original or the remake?
The original.
Oh my! See, like you can't do a movie like that nowadays. Like, there's no way. It's a 15-minute scene where the girl's being taken advantage of by a bunch of hillbillies. That ain't happening in modern day times. That's not gonna happen.
I couldn't finish watching it. I know they remade it, but it wasn't as significant as the original. But she
gets her revenge. Man, do you remember the bathtub scene?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh my God.
I may not have seen that part because, like I said, I never finished it.
Yeah, it's pretty. I met her a couple of times. Camille Keaton. She was the actress in that movie. So yeah, it was pretty intense.
Hey fellas, I gotta bounce. It's been a real
pleasure.
I'm
gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get off too. So it was good. Thank you all, Bob. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
And welcome back, Chris, to making videos. Everybody go subscribe to his channel.
Go check out Chris's channel. Yeah, what Mark said. Go check out Chris's channel, or else we're all gonna come after you, especially Mark.
We'll get you. See you guys.
All right. See ya. Bye now.
Later.